Hi, Sneak Peekers. I'm Hayley Denny here with Danny Boyle, whose movie Slumdog Millionare premiered last night at the Austin Film Festival. Thank you for being with us, Danny.
It's a pleasure.
So tell us a little bit about the premiere last night. How do you think the audience response was? Were you pleased with it?
Pretty great. I heard, they said at the beginning that the auditorium was haunted by the ghost of a child that would interfere with films sometimes and cause breakdowns of cause the film to snap and things like that. But none of that happened, thank goodness. So she left us alone. She obviously watched it as well, and it seemed to go really well. They were. I mean, we've been very lucky. The film started at Telluride at a film festival, and then we went to Toronto Film Festival, and now Austin. And we've had a really wonderful time at the film festivals, you know. And they really, you forget sometimes when you're involved in the business how important film festivals are, you know, because there's such money involved in making movies and promoting them and all that kind of stuff. You forget that actually the perfect place sometimes for a film is amongst a community, which is what a film festival is. It's a community of people coming together to watch films that may not get the chance normally, you know.
And how's the Austin Film Festival in relation to maybe the other festivals that you've done? How is it different or the same or maybe a different atmosphere?
I like it because it's actually based on screenwriting.
Exactly.
You can tell it's a screenwriters festival. Most of the people that you meet are screenwriters in one form or another. Whereas sadly, most film festivals are director orientated, you know, and that's not healthy really, because it's, for me, one of the things I've featured really is trying to show how collaborative films are. To make films, they're a collaboration. Ultimately, the director bullies his way to the front, you know, and dominates everything in the end, takes all the credit. But actually, the reality of the way films are made is that they're a combination of talents, and the screenwriters one of the primary people in that. So it's great to be at a festival that's actually dedicated to the screenwriter, yeah.
Right, thank you. So I've noticed in your films you have a tendency to, you know, focus on maybe slums or the underbelly of society. Everything's not pretty and clean and perfect. And I was wondering what draws you to that sort of atmosphere when you're making a film.
I feel much more... well, I live in London, right? And there's the kind of posh bit of London is West London, really. And I don't like West London at all. I live in East London, which is a much rougher bit of London, and I feel much more at home there. I mean, I come from a small town outside Manchester, an industrial town, and you sort of like, you never outgrow it really, and I've always felt more comfortable there. I think there's more interesting drama there. I love the idea of the underdog in a film. That story of the underdog who, against all the odds for whatever or she's after, against the odds they manage to make it. I think that makes for great drama. And when you're in India, you can have those extremes because there is such poverty and such wealth and such a distance between them that the underdog really has got a long way to go, you know, which makes a great arc in drama, of course. So,
right. And that sort of leads me to the music of the film, which is, for me, it was a huge aspect of the film, and this heartbeat, this pulsating music that, you know, appears throughout the film. How involved were you in the soundtrack process?
Oh yeah, no, well, people often ask that, and obviously implicit in that question is that some directors are clearly not always involved in the music of the films, which astonishes me if that's the case, because it's like more important almost than anything to me. I love spending time on the music, and this one, we got this Bollywood composer, A.R. Rahman, to do the music. Now, A.R. Rahman, it's very difficult to say how famous A.R. Rahman is in Bollywood. He's like John Williams and Tom Cruise and Princess Diana all put together in one person. I mean, he's just incredible, you know. He's like one of the top 20 best-selling artists of all time anywhere in the world, the number of CDs he's sold. And that's just because of his audience in India. Anyway, he came in, and I think it was a real challenge for him to do something with that had a bit of a Western sensibility in it as well. So we did the music together, and I love doing it. He's a bit of a genius, I have to say. I was a bit in awe of him after a while. I realised just how talented he was. After a while, you think, oh my God, he's really good, this guy, I better shut up. So I enjoyed doing it. And we got this girl, Maya, who had she's got a big hit single here at the moment, Paper Planes.
Right, right. She's huge among college kids, especially on the University of Texas campus. Well, people love her.
Well, she's very interesting, of course, because I put Paper Planes in the film, and then I came back to Britain, to America, and they said, oh yeah, it's in Pineapple Express, the trailer. I was a bit pissed off about that, to be absolutely honest, but anyway, because it's not in Pineapple Express, the film, it's just on the trailer. But it's a big hit because of that, supposedly. Anyway, we used her song. She came in to watch the film. That's fantastic. She's a big fan of A.R. Rahman, the composer, because when she grew up partly in Sri Lanka, and she was dedicated to his work. So for her, it was a bit of a hero worship time to work with him. So she sings on one of his tracks that's used at the beginning and the end of the film. Yeah.
So our show is called Sneak Peek. Can you maybe give us a sneak peek of any new projects you might be working on in the future?
I wish I could actually sneak peek, but I can't, sadly, at the moment, because I don't really have anything. We literally just finished this, and then it went to Telluride, and it all became about trying to get the film, trying to release the film in November, which is when it comes out and is rolled out across America after that. And so I've just been doing that, really, and I haven't really got anything in preparation, to be honest. So I have to disappoint you on that.
No, not disappointed at all. This film is more than enough to tide us over. It is an incredibly beautiful movie. I cried, and I would be lying if I told you that I didn't. So thank you for a great film experience. Sneak Peekers, this is Danny Boyle, Slumdog Millionaire.
Thanks very much.